Hello, you horrible lot. Thanks for joining me. Look at this view here a minute. Beautiful. You join me on the armchair. And essentially, I want to put the feelers out for what you guys think I should do. Oh my god, I need a step ladder for this. With this bike. Let's get a move on and let's go for a chat. Oh, it feels nice to be back on the big girl. I've spent the last couple of weeks riding the Harley round, which I have missed, to be fair, because it's a bit more commanding on the road. It's a bit bigger, you're a bit higher up, you feel a bit more safe, whereas the Harley is just low, fast, and you're a bit more susceptible, I feel, in traffic. But enough of that. This video is just a bit of an excuse to get out in this weather, really. I've had a few days off work. It's nice just to be out and about. But there is logic behind the video, because I'm now in that bracket in my finance with this bike where do I trade it in, get something else, do I just hand it back and come out of it completely, or do I purchase the bike fully and just own it? Very good. Right, you've literally just pulled out at me and we're doing 10 mile an hour. Get a move on, Giles. Honestly, I've been struggling with a decision. A couple of reasons. For what I've used the bike for and the mileage I've done, it's been great. I can't really fault it. There's been no mechanical issues. It's still a 2-year-old bike coming up to its 3rd year. You know, overall the bike hasn't really put a foot wrong. I can't just be negative about it and be like, right, I'm getting rid of it, because it has been brilliant. For the trips I've done, it's been great. I've got all the rear panniers set, so I've got everything to do the touring that I want to do when I can do it already here. I feel like it's going to be that case of, is it the devil you know? Do you know what I mean? Is it better the devil you know? The downsides to my thought process of what I essentially want from a bike, I feel like I want to do a bit more off-roady stuff. Not hella bad off-roading, but if, for instance, I want to go to Wales and I want to do some of the trails, I want to be able to do that. I don't want to just be stuck to the roads like I have been. As great as those trips have been, I'd like to further the trips by doing the off-roady bits. This, I think it would be capable for some of it if I changed the tyres, but I'm not convinced it would. I'm not convinced it would be, you know, capable of some of it. So that being said, is it a case of chop it in on something that is more capable of doing that and refinancing something else, i.e. a bigger bike such as a Super Adventure, a GS, a Yamaha Tenere? I know they're very off-road focused, but at the same time, if I want to go off-roady, I've got the capabilities there now. There's so many factors to my decision that I need to make, because as good as this bike is, it is very basic. Such things as the dash, the sat nav, no cruise control, anything like that. You know, to make the long journeys better. There's no modes, there's no driver modes. But when you want her to go, she can do it. It's a big bike. It's lovely to ride, it handles well, it delivers its power well. It's all round a really good bike. There is nothing wrong with this bike for what I've used it for. Everything I've used it for, it's done what it's needed to do. Ooh, talking of Super Adventures. Sorry, hold that thought, this is my favourite bit of the road. I love that bit of road. Oh, anything coming? Nope. Right, back to it. So what was I saying? I can't remember. Oh my god. I'm sure with some other tyres, this would be capable of doing minor trails. Now when I say minor, I mean dirt tracks. I'm not, you know, I'm not confident enough that it would handle anything more. But something a bit bigger, a bit more powerful, with all the modes, i.e. your KTM Super Adventures, your GS, your Yamaha Tenere 700, that has been a massive pain in my backside because I really like them. They're obviously very off-road focused, but they've got everything on board, you know, the cruise control and everything else, and all the modes that you would need for touring as well. So, you know, there's obviously quite a few people who do use them for touring, but they are very off-road focused, maybe a bit too much. But then if it's got the capability there, is that such a bad thing? Or is it just a little bit too off-road focused? I don't know. Same as the Africa Twin. When I went up to test ride one a couple of months ago, the bloke there, he was like, oh, do you do serious off-roading? I was like, not really, but I want to be able to go somewhere, and then if I see a track, let's go cruise up it. And he basically turned around and said, they're a bit too off-road focused for someone who doesn't want to do that much off-roading. And then he tried to stick me on one of those, is it NC 500s or something like that, or 600s? Basically the same as what I've got, but with a Honda badge. So that was a no-go. The other thing with the Africa Twin is they're so tall I can barely touch the ground on it because I am only little. So it's a tricky one for me. But that's the same as the Tenere. They're such a big bike. I'm sure you could probably get lowering seats and kits and whatnot. I guess what the question is to you guys is, what would be the sensible option? Chop in, refinance something that's capable of doing it and spending a load of money, getting rid of this, buying something second-hand that's capable of doing it, but buying it outright. Obviously the trouble then is you're buying something older, the reliability then goes down in a sense. Or do I purchase this outright, chuck some knobblies on it and see where we go? Trouble with that idea is that if I break it, it's going to cost me money that I could probably just put into something that is more capable of doing it. You see my dilemma. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Sorry, mate. See what I mean? It's plenty powerful enough for what I need, but it just lacks the equipment that I want, I guess. We're going. And then when you want to have some fun on her, there's no reason why you can't. Yeah, so I'm really in a pickle. So that's kind of where I'm at. Undecided, haven't got a clue what to do. What do you guys think I should do? I feel like I should get rid and buy something that does what I'm wanting it to do. Cruise control, all of that, you know, the TFT dashes, all the modes, something that's capable of doing the off-roady bits if I want it to. I think that's going to be the way forward, to be fair. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm quite interested to hear your opinions. Apart from Mr. Vincent, because obviously he's going to turn around and say, buy a Super Adventure. Which, to be fair, is probably what I'm going to do in the end result. But I'm always open to suggestions. If there's any bikes that you guys think of, you know, old or new. I'm not just thinking about financing something. You know, if I can find something that's a decent price, which is a bit older and you know, been looked after, fine. But it's just figuring out what type. So on that notey note, I shall leave you here. I'm going to enjoy my ride home, maybe stick some fuel in, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.